Time to paint something. Today sucks. Maybe I'll make a mat. I'll try to design a mask. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Poorly drawn head. If I keep the shape basic, it's like, what kind of creepy shit can we do? Should probably just get a photo of a head, or my head, to sort of put underneath this, but yay! It's anniversary. Is it? Is it? Is it rain? You'll have to tell me. Thanks. What's up? Man. Today is a day. Twitch said you should congratulate. Well, thank you, Twitch. And thank you, Rain. I'm trying to like design maybe a new monster mask. I already have like a fish head one going, but I was like, make it smaller eye holes, I think. I don't know. Should I just do a bunch of eyes? Should I do something else? How are you doing today? First Rain. I am just incredibly depressed by the US politics. But beyond that, I don't know. Catch up, the game that never ends, it feels like. Yeah, the world sucks. World else could I make this weird? I think just like having it be all twisted and stuff. Yeah, I've been thinking about like, how can I get music on my stream? Because Spotify, I guess I shouldn't use you anymore. That sucks when your like stuff is on it though. I get that. Huh. You know, I realized I've always tried to make kind of like organic looking masks, but I wonder if like maybe this is like maybe this is the impetus to like make a more like non-organic looking mask, or like make it look like wood or something else, some other material. I wonder if it's all like wood grainy or something. I feel like it's hard to find companies that just aren't total pieces of shit, you know? You're like, come on, can't someone just be an ethical company? Jeez. Hey, I'm super proud of you. That's awesome. It's like, can we just have, like, can someone build like a successful tech company that's not just like completely fucking trash? Like, come on. But I guess, I don't know. Part of me thinks that maybe just like the necessity of being a trash human being is like the only way you can get a big giant company that like subsidizes shit for people, you know? Yeah, what if I just have like a weird like cultist mask? I feel like that like anything like that looks too superhero-y though. I don't know. I feel like it would have to be a full face mask or something for it to be more occult and like creepy. I don't know. Maybe that is. It's kind of like fleshy and organic looking, even if it is pattern like. All right. What other types of masks? What should I make, Rain? What kind of mask should I make? This is my, like, poorly painted version of myself. This is how I think of... I mean, I could actually look at myself to see how I look, but... like, you know, creepy, ideally. I keep trying to like look over to my actual camera. Yeah, big ol' fat nose. That makes it feel more like me. Maybe a little bit balanced, a little bit too big, but still. Wider mouth. Slightly. I feel like, okay, so also this is my plans to, my plan is to actually, my plan is to eventually, hopefully, build this out of cardboard. Yeah. Terrible. Yeah, well. So I feel like a samurai style mask is like, I don't know. The other thing is, I mean, I don't know. Let me. This is one I was making for a Christmas event, and then I ran out of time. So then I just didn't, like, I didn't finish it, and it's just been sitting here. It's supposed to be a big Krampus mask where I can actually fit it on my head and then look through the mouth. I don't know if you can even do it. Yeah, like the head's kind of, the jaw's all crooked, right? It needs to be over here. But, yeah. It's like I'm a boy being eaten by Krampus. You can look in Krampus's mouth and see a guy being like, oh no, I'm being swallowed feet first. But anyway. I really should finish this one before I make it. Oh, like the bottom face, like Oni mask. That's cool. Japan box. This one's kind of neat. Shit, I should like Shinobi one. I like that there's all these variations of like the bottom Oni mask. The Kitsune. This one's pretty creepy, this Hanyo one. This modified Hanya. Black. I kind of like the idea of like black with it. Black and gold always looks good. That's cool. The other thing too is that like I want to like if I make monster masks, I want to be able to ideally wear them when I vend at conventions, and I do like because that's kind of the only time I go out to like big events is like when I'm selling stuff, because I am a grumpy old man and like I don't know, I don't need to go out. I'm tired. Hang out with my wife and cats. Oh, nice. Grumbly makes legit mask shit. So, if anyone can't see. Yeah. Well, this is all like painting, which is also very cool. This one's pretty legit. I like this. See, I like the how scary black and white looks, but I also just love color too much. I'm like the worst horror monster illustrator ever, because I'm like, I need to make him like, let me give him, if I was designing that shit would be like teal blue, and I guess I don't know, he'd have like rainbow colored like he'd be wearing like a bright green jacket. And when you use bright colors on monsters, they just make them look friendly, or as friendly as like, you know, a demonic entity could be, right? These are pretty legit though. I think that's like great mask design too, is like make something that can like take different colorways too. My favorite people are Immortal Masks. Do you know about them, Brain? This is like, there's so many things that I want to buy from them, but they're all silicone masks, so they're all like way too expensive. Here, I'll put it masks.com. Okay, so I can even show you like my A list of masks. So there is the full size. Wait, come on, fucker. There is the full size mask. Okay, there's probably about 7 or 8 of these that I super want. So number 1 on the list is this bog with the glowing light eyes. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at that thing. How cool is that? They have like a membrane one, which is pretty good. They do different paint ones, but I would probably get it in this green, because I kind of want the tendrily looking thing. And it's like, oh, add highlights. Let's see, green. You know, it's only $805. That's all. You know. And then that's just one. Okay. So like I like the bounty hunter one. There's a lot that I like, but ones that I want to get. There's that one. There's obviously good old Cthulhu. Probably, although I would honestly ask to, if I get Cthulhu, I'm gonna ask to get I'm doing a custom color, which is an 85 one. But I'll show you the colorways that I would get that Cthulhu in. Where is he? This dude. Look at this. The devilfish with this UV reef. colorway. Imagine Cthulhu in that teal green. That's like, and the lime green accents. Like, that is who I am in my heart. So anyway, this is UV Reef 925 to get the mask with the deluxe anglerfish thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the jam, guys. Okay, so there's those two. I've also been thinking about getting other like a granny mask or some other thing to be like a witch, the hag. This one's pretty cool. Like there's some I have that for like film ideas, right? Or like this one, the haunted. This one's pretty creepy up here. Here, wait, let me zoom in a little bit more. There's so many good ones though. They're so epic. I like this crab. I like the lizard man in the blue. It's really hard because I want ones that are bright colors for my heart, but then for a film, I'm like, they should look more flesh colored or realistic, like, you know, this one too, the Onibaba. Look at that. Look how creepy this looks. Like, everybody. Damn. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know, they have if my head, I have a large, physically I have a large head, and I really wish, like, there's some, like, the full fit females, there's so many good ones. Like, yeah, the Empress, the Crimson Empress one's great. I really want like, this Jinx waterlogged is pretty gnarly. Malice is great. I mean, it's like all the art I make, right, is like more female reading stuff. The Succubus is awesome. So, I mean, this is also just in stock. It's like I actually have one of their front strap masks. I think I've shown this on stream before. Kind of hard to put on, but it's hard to put on when you have headphones on. But the thing is that honestly, like, they started making these with a top mask, and it's super helpful to have the top mask, or the top strap that goes over this way, because without it, this shit falls down in my eyes, and I, like, can't see. So I almost, like, if I wear it with a wig or a hat or something that pulls it back up a little bit, it's super comfortable. Once you get everything aligned, it's pretty cool. So yeah, I don't know. I want more of these, but they're quite expensive. So because I don't have just like random thousands of dollars every month to keep buying a bunch of masks. Thank you. Oh yeah, that one's cool. Because of that, I don't know. I have to make my own. See, my dream is to get these like full aquatic silicone sleeves, get the Cthulhu head, matching. They have like, wait, let's go. And then you could get this creature bodysuit for 3,000, but I would get it painted in that same like neon blue colors or whatever. But look at this like weird creepiness. So I could have that on with a Cthulhu thing, and then like Cthulhu arms, and like, oh man. Yeah. Okay, so to be fair, that amount of silicone is probably like just the raw cost of silicone to make that size of a suit is probably like that's probably like $300 to $400. Plus all of like I know just even like I knocked a bunch of stuff over when I tried to put it past that. Okay. Yeah. Like, it's probably like that amount of silicone is probably like $350 if you just the silicone, not including the coloring. Then you're doing full fiberglass molds for something like that. Like believe me, I've taken courses on how to make silicone masks and like stuff, and like material cost for this is probably like, I don't know, at least $1,300, like $1,300 likely. So it makes sense. It's still expensive. Don't get me wrong. It's not cheap, but it's like, plus then having to sculpt that, the amount of clay that you would need, like, oh shit, like even just the clay for something that big, probably $500 to $600 worth of clay. Now maybe like 4. Yeah. Oh, believe me, I also am crying seeing that number, knowing that I will likely never be able to afford that. So, I don't know, maybe having a weird fleshy half mask that I can wear and just talk normally, that could be a thing. Okay, wait, so, help me out, Rain. Like, I should probably make a mask I want a very comfortable mask that I could wear for like 10 hours at a time. So it can't be like too bulky. Like Krampus is it like legit gets heavy on my neck. Like my neck hurts wearing that too long. Like I have also a did you see photos of let me go to my profile. I don't know if I actually posted it. It might have just been a story. Maybe. Oh, I haven't posted this yet. Okay, wait up. I'll be right back. Breaking stuff over here. Okay, so this is somewhat unfinished, but I've got this guy, which just sort of sits on top of my head because I want to be able to see people and I want to be able to talk to them because I have to communicate when people like buy my stuff. But this is very forward heavy. I have to add a counterweight to the back because right now it just pulls my neck forward, and then I was wearing it for like 30 minutes and yeah, it's pretty hefty. I went with security. I think if this was just on my head, it actually wouldn't be too bad, but it's so forward, like it's like front heavy. So, I don't know. I might have to like rip this apart for parts or something. I don't know. But anyway, I want like my okay, I want like yeah, maybe it is just nut trading, like doing weights. And also sad that you're listing your first zig. But I get it. I get it. But I want a signature mask that I could just wear to every show. And they're like, oh, it's the dude with the Cthulhu mask or the fish mask or something. But I need it to be like comfortable, not that it like completely covers my face. I don't want to be like, I have friends at Ven with just like a complete mask on. But it's kind of like I don't want that for myself. I want to be able to have at least I want to be able to see you, and I want my mouth to be relatively unobstructed. So that's why I've really been into like this idea of like a half mask, something that like just covers me. Like I have, where's my other one? I made that one. Okay. I made this one. Oh, what the hell is that? Stupid window. So I have this one. And I don't sound too different, do I? Because, like, you can see it's still, like, it kind of goes... It's far enough away from my mouth that I think it doesn't muffle me too much. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Like having the whole like having it go down but then expose the mouth. Yeah, maybe. That's kind of a good idea. Totally, yeah. Maybe I just need to make like a merman helmet. Yeah. I was just thinking, I was like, oh, this could be kind of a cool, like, Cthulhu-y thing, you know? Cthulhu merman. I kind of like the idea of having like to have like a bunch of sharp teeth or something. I don't know. That probably looks like kind of friendly, right? I guess the other question is like, how likely is it that like the mask and stuff would dissuade people from coming to my booth? That's the other like actual question. Yeah. Just like, hey everybody, how's it going? And then it's like the weird monster face, and you're like, yeah, yeah. I kind of do. I think it's just I don't like the colors of this. Maybe, like this one. Because what I like about this is that like from far away you can't really see which eyes I'm looking at you from, which is kind of nice. But I think it's the purple and yellow. I kind of wanted like it to look like diseased, you know what I mean? But I think like I went too purple and or like the orange is too orange. And so I feel like it kind of looks a little bit like Galactus, you know? It's like kind of like comic book like from the 70s supervillain vibe. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's all like bright or like orange and purple, or you know how like comic book characters were painted back in the day. And I think like maybe that's why I don't like it. I wonder if I like made it more bluish, I would feel more at home with that one. I don't know. Okay, this is a cool idea. I like this idea of maybe making like a Cthulhu mask. Or maybe it's just like multiple eyes. Multiple black holes. Just kind of like that other mask I made, but then we add like the fins. Could add scales to it or something, and like these teeth. Kind of hidden behind the big tentacles. Big floppy tentacles. And I would actually want the tentacles to be kind of floppy or like tentacly, but I think just having them on the side of my face, like, I don't know. I feel like this is looking pretty creepy, right? I feel like this could be like a priest of Cthulhu. I feel like 90% of my uh 90% of my problem with doing costumes is that like I'm like, if I was just being a creepy monster, that's one thing, but I'm being a creepy monster that has to like dig through boxes to get people enamel pins and shit. And so like, I don't know. I always feel hampered by that. Oh, that's kind of like making it more of like swamp green. I don't know. Make it teal. Yeah, I mean, Doorman Rick doesn't always like. He only volunteers once a month, and it's usually not on days that I can. He doesn't work on weekends, and that's when most of my events are. But yeah, that's looking pretty fishy, right? I think that's kind of cool. And I think it should be without wig, right? Like there shouldn't be like Or do we want like creepy dark hair? I have a few wigs. Wigs are relatively like I'm not looking for like super high quality wigs, so like wigs are kind of cheap, you know. In the grand scheme of things, good wigs. Good wigs are super expensive, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe the wig makes it definitely like the idea of having hair on it makes it definitely look creepier. Ooh, this is kind of exciting me. I'm like, oh, I kind of like this idea. Yeah, like I think like without it, maybe I look friendlier, and then that definitely bumps up like the creepy elements. But I guess if I'm selling to like monster people, then like it's fine. You know, I found someone on this woman on Instagram who makes giant pinatas, and I have to say they're pretty good. Looks pretty cool. Not that she does anything that I'm like that's really intimate, like that I'm into thematically. Like she did like a giant cake and like, but it's huge. They're like 6 foot tall pinatas. Um, but I was just thinking, I was like, oh, like I could make a pinata, like a giant Cthulhu pinata. Ah, maybe that's my new plan. Do you think people would pay for Cthulhu pinatas? It's so funny that I'm just like Cthulhu pinatas. Anyway, I like that in Los Angeles, if you go to most pinata stores in the area, they all have everybody has Donald Trump and random ICE immigrations customs enforcement agent pinatas, and I'm just like, yeah, yeah. I feel like I want to go to protests with pinatas, and just to like, you don't even have to put a blindfold on, like, but you get like one good swing with a bat or something. I don't even know if there's stuff inside, but you just get to hit the shit out of it. Oh, effigies. Those are fun. Okay. We got mask ideation. I'm getting really into this. This is actually pretty simple. Something that I could just stick on my head. It'll have fins, tentacles on the side of my mouth, and like teeth here, so like I can still talk to people. Maybe placement wise, it would be like that a little bit more. Assuming like my eyes were in the same place, but like, yeah, I don't know. I'm into this. It's like servant of Cthulhu. Okay, now I gotta think about how I'm going. Oh, you know what I can do for the tentacles? Because I was thinking of just like making them out of rubber, but that's or like latex. But that'll be eventually like I'll coat the mask in latex because that's what'll give it like a gross feeling to it. But I think maybe I'll make those tentacles. I'll sculpt them out of like bubble wrap or something. So then they're like super light and kind of floppy. I don't know. I don't want them to be too heavy, because then it's all weight, you know, on my weak neck. It's like gotta do like neck sit-ups or something. I don't know. Okay. This one's still kind of interesting to me. Just like something that kind of goes over here. I guess it, yeah. Maybe even just like, maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should work on making like a mask that just sits like over here. Yeah. You'll be like, oh, are those bubble wrap pop? Like, why did you just break my costume? Why did you just break my costume, Ray? I like that today has just been like, try on all of my masks today. This one this is just like a cheap skull mask that I bought at like Rite Aid for like 20 bucks one Halloween. And then I like used vinyl paint because it's plastic, so paint doesn't stick to it. But I painted it in Skeletor colors. I'm Skeletor. Skeletor is the guy who is in He-Man. And I thought it came out good. It has like this nice like purple and yellow glow to it. I'm pretty happy. But I like that it has like the move of the articulated jaw. Anyway, I was even thinking, I was like, oh, maybe I could just like, I could rip off the jaw. And then I have sort of that half, like, I can kind of, like, oh yeah, this is sort of what it would be like. To have like that Cthulhu mask. Well, okay, so part of it. Oh, the mask. Yeah. Yeah, but I wasn't going for the mask. I was going in for Skeletor. Because it was okay. I ended up getting sick that Halloween, so I couldn't even go to the Halloween party. But my friends were having a Mattel IP party where you could come, and these are friends that I know from my national skee ball days, and so my roller name is Skeletor, and so it was like Skeletor, but it was because I wanted to do a mashup and not just be Skeletor. It was, and then the Barbie movie had just come out, and Barbie is also a Mattel franchise, so I was Skeletor Ken, or Beach Skeletor. So I had like, I don't know, like a Hawaiian shirt on, but then the mask and like blue skin and like, anyway, then I ended up getting sick. So I didn't even wear it out, but I guess though I could paint it green now to be like the mask, and it wouldn't quite look like the mask because it's the mask is very form-fitting and this is very big. But you know, if you really like the mask, then sure, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just. See, okay, this is the other thing. People are like, oh, since you do monsters, you must love horror. And I'm like, I do like horror movies. Like, it's my favorite genre. But I don't need them to be like excessively gory or bloody. Like, I'm not this. I guess there's a lot of horror people who are like, I just need better kills, and I'm like, that's kind of disturbing. But like, I'm in it more for monsters, and I know that monsters are expensive because it's either CGI or it's really practical. But like, I want movies like The Shape of Water, right? Which is basically a love story with a fish monster. And I'm just like, this is my jam. I have a script idea that I realized I was like, oh, I could make this sellable by having them be monsters in the first scene, but then they transform into humans to blend in. And so they're monsters living as humans, but they look like humans, so you don't need to do crazy makeup and stuff. But then I'm like, but no, I just want to watch the monsters. I don't want to actually, I don't care about the people. I want more monsters. I want, and they don't have to be angry. They could be friendly monsters. I don't care. I just want non-humanoid, giant bat slime making, blood drinking, I don't know, stuff with fangs and 30 eyes and like, I don't know. That's what I want. I just want more of it. Just more of it. It doesn't even have to be scary. They could all be friendly. Like, make Monsters Inc., but just make the monsters look scarier. But still have them be friendly. You know, don't make it Pixar-like. Make it like, I don't know, like, you know, ultra-realistic monsters from like, fuck, I don't know. Like, I don't know, like The Shape of Water. That quality of monster. But they're just like living their lives. They like go to work. They take the bus. They like do all this stuff. But it's just like not cute proportions, but like terrifying proportions. But they're still friendly. That's what I want. And I can never have it because no one else wants that but me. Just me. Monsters, indeed. Well, I mean, you know, if everyone's monsters, like they got to figure out some sort of like society. Maybe they don't. Maybe the work is really fulfilling though, right? We're not saying they have to work in an office and like do boring things. Maybe all the monsters, like, maybe part of work is like, I don't know. I guess work by nature is likely stuff that we maybe don't want to do. I don't know. Because I was thinking, it was like, oh yeah, you gotta like clean the blood out of like the castle sewers or like the castle gutters. But then you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe that's really great for vampires. Maybe it's like, or like, maybe not vampires. I feel vampires would be like, unless they're like the really savage kind, I feel like they're more like, oh, I don't want to drink blood from the ground. But then maybe there's like a blood sniffer. And it's like, they're big wolf-like creatures that slide their stomachs on the ground and they just go, and they just like suck up blood. They have claws in case they need to get blood. But like, that would be a great job for them, right? You just like they like climb up the ladder, they put on their little hard hat, you know, that has extra holes because they have like 14 eyes, and then they like roll on their stomach and they're just like, yeah, num, 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 and they just like eat blood all day. And that would be a great job for them. They probably would like that a lot. But yeah, that's fine. You can project your miserable life onto these poor monsters. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you hate your job. Or you're frustrated by job. I don't know. Whatever's making you miserable, I'm sorry, Rain. Being miserable sucks, but I also get it. Okay, we'll make this glossy. Glossy teeth. It just feels like a fun mask. Okay, so maybe that's my next, like, mask. Okay, in, like, 2 minutes here. Ah, the surroundings. That's fair. I don't think most people are made for the normie world, you know? I also need to, like, sculpt a latex mask soon, so maybe... my goal is to plan out maybe a more realistic all-seeing oracle. So then I could fill one head with lights and foam, the other I can make into yeah, that's fair. I think the weird orifice is gonna make it back in, and then guess having eyes on the side is necessary. My only thing is I kind of like dislike it being too symmetric, but I think by like the design kind of necessitates it to be, there's only so much room for eyeballs on a head, you know? And like if they're all the same size, it's very difficult to not make them symmetric, if that makes sense. At best you can angle them differently, I think. Maybe have an extra one on that side. It's interesting that like the proportions change the vibe of the oracle so much. Like I feel like part of it is that it's green, but I feel like the all-seeing oracle, because of her head shape, is kind of almost comical and friendly, and then once you shrink it down to like human size, she starts looking like creepier and creepier, I think. Yeah, like the space to make like weird, I don't know. I think also green is probably a very not a good color. Ooh. I just made it, I accidentally just did the inverse, but now I'm into this. Like having it be like this darker magenta-y color. You know what, maybe just having one bigger eye kind of like right in the center. Yeah, that feels good. That feels, I feel like that diversifies the design of like how many eyes and are they all just like symmetric. It's kind of like, oh yeah, it's weird. It's a weird monster. I think that'll also give room for a nose, which would actually be nicer, probably. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy thing about, like, getting into physical mask design. You got it. Like, it's really interesting, like, when you get into it. It's like, it's one thing to make a mask look cool, and then you, like, put it on, and then you're like, this is so uncomfortable, or, like, I can't see out of it. And, like, that's not helpful. But I would like to make a full, I don't know. Maybe I'll try my hand at, like, a full mask, which means that it comes down past the neck so you can wear, like, a shirt over it or something. Because even if that's, like, if it's sort of jagged and I fill it with foam and that's, like, the oracle that I take to shows, like, it's still, like, that still makes sense for me, so. Okay. Well then. I'll leave you with that. I'll leave you with thinking about making nose holes and wearing Cthulhu masks, I guess. But alrighty. I hope your work sucks less, or the environment around it sucks less, Rain. GG. GN. I hope you get some rest. I'm gonna go feed my cats. Thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the Magic the Gathering pack openings. And I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.